Hope you enjoy the YouTube channel Adventures of Charlie and Lynn. When I start a trip, I open up Google Maps and I search from destination to destination. From Clearwater, Florida to Gros Campground in Wyoming is 2,854 miles per Google Maps. 2,996 per Excel spreadsheet when I added up between each of the different sites that I was stopping at. But as you can see, my actual miles for my trip on the truck is 5,219 miles, which includes a lot of sightseeing miles by the time we arrived at Gros Campground in Wyoming. Being born and raised in Florida, anything above a small hill is interesting, so the road into the Grand Tetons is very beautiful to me. We would stop when we saw something different, and all three of us would take pictures of the mountain range or the change in scenery or animals along the highway. We were having a great time taking pictures and enjoying the route to the Grand Tetons. We were taking pictures with our cell phones, with a Nikon camera, a Canon camera, and a Sony movie camera. It was wonderful to wake up every morning in the Grand Tetons and look at a beautiful mountain range. Every morning, the view was just a little bit different. Our first stop in Jackson was the visitor center, where we were able to ask questions and see the exhibits of different animals, learn about the museums, and the different places to eat within Jackson. Well, hello everybody. Here we are at the Tetons. I don't know if you can see the mountains behind us. It's kind of smoky from all the wildfires. But we're having a great time together. Just wanted to say hi.
Wish you were with
everybody. Love you.
Hi. Driving along the highway in front of the Grand Teton Mountains was spectacular. It was beautiful to look at the mountain range and be able to stop and take pictures. The snow was melting at the top of the mountains, and that was creating some beautiful waterfalls, which we were able to capture with the camera. We traveled on several roads that were unpaved. Even though I have a four-wheel drive truck, none of those surfaces required four-wheel drive. We saw cars and SUVs traveling along the same road. Gros Campground is a primitive campground in that there is not any sewer, electrical, or water hookups at the site. However, the sites were all freshly asphalt, so they were great surfaces. We gathered our additional water supply at the restrooms and brought it over to the RV. And when necessary, would take our, what we call the honey dipper, and move our wastewater over to the dump station. There was plenty of sunshine at our site, so our ZAMP 230 watt portable solar panels did an excellent job charging the batteries every day, so we had plenty of power and did not need to use our gas powered generator inverter. When in Jackson, we did the Museum of Art, which was beautiful sculptures of various large-scale animals like moose, bear, bison, and others, and it was an excellent exhibit, well worth going there if you're in town. Touring the city of Jackson was interesting. We took our picture in front of the 4 elk antler arches guarding the corners of Jackson Hole's George Washington Memorial Park, more commonly called the Town Square. We visited many of the shops, enjoying lunch at several locations, especially enjoyed the burger at Liberty Burgers. Early in the morning, sometimes a female moose would be actually walking through the campgrounds there at Gros. At an area called Moose Junction, we were able to observe and film a female moose and her calf on several occasions during our several-day stay. And one day we were able to also capture some images of a bull moose not too far from Gros Campground. While sitting along the river waiting to see more wild moose, we were able to observe a beaver, after cutting down a small limb, swim out and disappear underwater, carrying it to its, I guess, den somewhere under the river. One of our days we took the ski lift to the top of Jackson Hole and were able to observe a beautiful view from the top of the mountain. We were also fortunate enough to capture some images of the deer in the area while we were staying at Gros. Our next activity will be about a 2-hour drive from Gros Campground to Grant Village in Yellowstone National Park.